I specialize in what I call, in a sort of funny sense, big landscape, little person. And there's a fine line between that person being an element and being too small or too large. Our eyes see millions of colors, millions of textures, we see all kinds of depth of field. I want my images to sing with those nuances as well. I want to show exactly how I saw it. So we just got here, we're outside of Vik, Iceland, and we're shooting a time lapse with the D810, the exposure smoothing. But the main purpose of today is to go out and shoot tight action stuff, but to maximize what we get, because it's a very short window. The sun comes up, beautiful light. We've got great sets of waves rolling in. I'm just really excited about what we can produce in a really short amount of time. Rock and roll, Eric.
Surfing in Iceland's amazing. You're always by yourself, and so the solitude and surrounded in this landscape, just the feeling is, it's poetic.
Right now we're parked on the side of the road in Iceland, and we're going to be hiking up into that canyon where we found some good waterfalls to run.
We found this amazing waterfall, and we've been using the D810, shooting 2 cameras synced, and it's been amazing. Shooting 5 frames a second, perfect, because it allows me to pull out that decisive moment that in that sequence where Joel had the perfect body position, his kayak is the perfect spot on the waterfall, and it gives me a lot of options.
For the last 5 years, I've traveled the world documenting wild things, wild people, and wild places. I'm fascinated with the way that humans connect to the natural world, and I think there's no better way to see this than looking through the eyes of indigenous cultures. Photography is exploration. It's about opening the ordinary and seeing behind walls. Today, I've come to the Arctic with Canon's new 24 megapixel entry-level DSLR, the EOS Rebel T6i. I'll be using the T6i to look beneath the surface at the life and culture of this remote village here in the Arctic land of Barrow, Alaska. Along the way, I'll put the camera to the test to see how it handles the extreme conditions of the Arctic in winter.
New Pentax KS2 DSLR. The KS2 carries over many of the advanced features found on its predecessor, the popular Pentax KS1. Included among these features is a 20 megapixel APS-C format CMOS sensor without an anti-aliasing filter, 5.5 frames per second continuous still capture, full HD 1080p 30 video capture with stereo sound, sensitivity of up to ISO 51200, and in-camera shake reduction that's compatible with virtually every Pentax K-mount lens ever made. Like its predecessor, the Pentax KS1, the KS2 features a bright all-glass pentaprism with 100% image viewing and an AA simulator function that mimics the anti-aliasing effects of an optical filter, but can also be disabled for maximum resolving power. Some of the new features found on the Pentax KS2 include weather-sealed body construction, advanced HDR and clarity enhancement modes, built-in Wi-Fi connectivity with NFC functionality, and a secondary shutter release button for shooting selfies. The grip on the KS2 is notably larger than the grip found on Pentax's KS1, and an analog exposure mode dial has replaced the less functional thumb control wheel found on the top deck of the KS1. And unlike the tilt-only LCD found on Pentax's KS1, the KS2's 3-inch 921,000 dot LCD is now fully articulated for easy use at most any viewing angle. In addition to the standard program manual aperture and shutter priority modes, the exposure mode dial on the new KS2 also includes an auto HDR selection, which makes it possible to quickly capture HDR images without having to first scroll through countless menus. The Pentax KS2 is available with or without an SMC Pentax DAL 18 to 55 mm f4 to 5.6 DCWR RE kit zoom, which, like the KS2, is weather sealed. Finally, for those of you who find black and silver camera bodies boring, the Pentax KS2 is available in a choice of 7 color combinations, 2 of which sport racing stripes. I'm Alan, and this has been a first look at the Pentax KS2. Thanks for watching.
My guys think this is the impossible brief. They're so stressed out about it. What they don't know is I have in my hot little hands the secret weapon, a new camera that's going to solve all our problems. I can't wait to see their faces. Alright guys, I've got a bit of a surprise for you. I've got the solution to all our problems. I've got a brand new camera, a 50 megapixel 35mm camera from Canon called the 5DSR.
50 megapixels?
Yep.
No way.
Oh great, so let's do it.
So I choke on sun, and the days blur into one. Backs of my eyes on the things I've never done. Sheets are swaying from an old clothesline, like a row of captured ghosts or old dead grass. There's never much, but we've made the most. Welcome ships are launching from my chest. Some have names, but most do not. If you find one, please let me know what piece I've lost. Feel the scar